4th-degree black belt in the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Royce Gracie is the undefeated Ultimate Fighting Champion, a title which has earned him more than $110,000 in prize money. At only 176 pounds, he is again the lightest competitor in the tournament. But that hasn't stopped him so far. A master grappler, expect Royce to take his opponents to the ground, where he can apply his devastating chokes and joint locks.
Hi, I'm Royce Gracie, and I'm back to defend my title as the Ultimate Fighting Champion.
And there's the train I referred to, the Gracie train.
Torian's son leading the way. There's the Grandmaster himself, Elio Gracie, behind him. There's Helson, the older brother. All these guys are deadly. There's no question about it. The whole clan is there. Royce right there.
Royce extremely loose on the way up. I talked about it in my open.
That's a lot of family to beat, Brian.
He goes in, not only all these fighters go in representing their art and themselves. Here, he represents his family's art and himself.
That's the Royce move we see, the way he saunters across the mat. It's his unique style. He's ready to go.
Now here's a guy that's ready to meet him. His name is Chemo.
Like the biblical Samson and David before him, Chemo believes he is a warrior in the service of the Lord and has dedicated his efforts in the octagon to his faith. This 3rd-degree black belt in the art of Taekwondo is a practicing minister who travels 6 months out of the year preaching the gospel. At 6'2" and 240 pounds, with an incredible 5% level of body fat, this phenomenally conditioned fighter plans to administer a little chemotherapy to his opponents tonight.
My name is Chemo Leopoldo. I'm originally from Hawaii. I'm fighting out of Huntington Beach, California. My purpose here is to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ throughout the whole world.
Here's the Chemo.
There were two fighters back in the old days, two great champions in their own right, Howard Jackson, John Natividad. We call them swivel hips because they could stand there and hit you with a round kick or a heel kick without bending over. Chemo can do that.
And Chemo's here on the cross. I've never seen anything quite like this before. Chemo is the type of fighter we understand is where he got his money and he got his reputation fighting in the streets, like Charles Bronson in Hard Times.
When I say he goes around the world 6 months of the year spreading the word, this is what I mean. He is definitely on a mission.
Royce is just fixated on Chemo as he enters the ring. Chemo, a fine physical specimen with a very distinctive tattoo.
Very unique individual.
He's bringing a lot of things with him.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
A lot of props.
Oh, yes, sir.
We're about to get underway with the final bout in our qualifying round. For the fighter introductions, as he makes his way into the ring, is Rich G-Man Goins.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 4th preliminary bout. Please welcome out of the red corner, a practicing minister, 26 years old. He's a native of Hawaii, preaching the gospel and perfecting the art of Taekwondo. A 3rd-degree black belt, 6'2", 250 pounds. Please welcome Chemo. And please welcome back our 28-year-old two-time defending champion from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Fighting out of the blue corner, 6'1", 176 pounds. He has won over $110,000 with a record of 58-1. The undisputed Ultimate Fighting Champion, Royce Gracie.
Royce Gracie has a following here. Everyone knows who he is. He's done the interviews. He's got a hit video in UFC 2. And he's finally getting some of the acclaim he deserves. And they're about to mix it up now.
And he's got a lot of talent.
You won't see the intensity that came from the other fighters. You'll see a very strategic guy here.
You saw a kick by Royce. This is the longest we've seen him standing up.
He doesn't want to go to the ground. Chemo's really fighting to not go to the ground.
The strength on Chemo is incredible. And there's the
Hey, go! Go!
This is the longest we've seen Royce standing up on his 2 feet.
Yes, great balance Chemo has. Great balance, strong legs, very low center of gravity.
Chemo pushing out with that huge upper body. In all the bouts that Royce has had, he's only fought a total of 10 minutes, maybe closer to 11, but that's all that Royce's been in the ring. Chemo is keeping Royce on his feet. He's got to feel good about what he's done so far. Royce is 7-0 in UFC competition. He's never really been in danger.
Hey, buddy, get off!
And there's the headbutt. There's the knee to the groin. He's got to get him to the ground. He's got to knock Chemo down. And you see his dad, Helio, 82 years old, coaching him right behind him.
That's right there. His strategy right now is to just hold on to him, tie him up to keep him getting hit. He just doesn't want to get hurt or hit right now. Chemo is using a lot of energy to stay on his feet.
And there he is.
Here we go. Here we go.
Chemo on top.
This is okay. Royce will roll out on his side here. Royce will just use his elbows and roll out. He'll spin if he can to try to turn. Chemo's trying to get hooks into the leg so he can maintain that position.
Chemo says he's been working extensively on grappling.
Yes, he
deal with
has.
the man who's been doing it all his
Yes.
life. Let's see how much he can pick up.
Watch Royce just slide out of this technique.
The gi looks like it's covering his head.
Now, Chemo is holding on to Royce's left leg on the gi. That's what's keeping him from getting out of this position right now.
Royce has
Here
got
we
a
go.
wrist. He's got the reversal. Chemo exhausted. Both men showing great endurance. Royce protecting his face with his right arm. Royce Gracie's in a battle here. There's no question about it.
Yes, he is.
He is in a battle. And his gi is virtually off.
Chemo's a very, very strong man. It's very hard to get a grip on him with his perspiration on him.
Both men from the West Coast. Chemo from Hawaii. This is the longest fight. It passes Ichihara in total length. He's grabbing the hair. That is perfectly legal. 3 minutes and 12 seconds in. Gracie on his back, but a lot of times that's his best offense.
That's fine. He's doing okay. A lot of energy. It's the most endurance I've seen out of Royce yet.
And there's the punch. Chemo's tremendous fitness is certainly helping him. I'll tell you, his hair is hurting him right now.
Yeah, it is. It gives him leverage to hold on here. It's a great fight. Just a great fight. A lot longer than I anticipated.
And the image of Helio, the master, the man who came up with Gracie Jiu-Jitsu on the apron of the ring, looking at his son, knowing he represents the legacy, the family, as well as a UFC title, 2-time defending title holder. She's shouting instructions. Let's see Royce, if he start maneuvering those legs. He's been compared, Jim, in your own words, to a boa constrictor.
I think Royce's mouthpiece is out.
Royce looks like he's got some scrapes on
He
his
might
forehead.
go for a suplex here if he can get his weight on him. Royce should just sit down and put all his weight so he can't lift him off the ground here. Yes.
And right now, the endurance factor is playing such a role. You're looking at it, 4.5 minutes. We've never seen anything like this. This is half the total he had in 2 UFC bouts.
Totally unexpected. Royce is trying to get the arm.
And look at this.
He's trying to get the arm
an
here.
arm lock. He's trying to get an arm lock.
He's got him.
And that's
Chemo
it.
tapped out.
Chemo tapped out.
What a great fight that was.
What a great fight.
What a interview. He won an interview.
And there it is.
Unbelievable.
Chemo is okay.
Unbelievable.
One of the best bouts in the history of the UFC.
The damage that was done by Royce was done when Royce was on the bottom. Extreme leverage from those punches, unexpected. What a match that was.
And right now, Royce Gracie advances. A big question is, how much does Royce have left? What a job by Chemo. You're getting a shot of Chemo. He's exhausted. But what a tremendous effort.
Wow.
He's standing with great pride now. And Royce is injured. He's limping.
Yes, he is. What a great fight that was.
He is limping, and they didn't even shake hands at the end of the bout. There's a lot of worry in the Gracie corner. Let's go to a replay.
He has him in the arm lock. He's been trying to get it for a long time, but Kimo kept his arm bent. He couldn't get it. Every time he went for it, Kimo would bend his arm to keep and roll to the inside to keep the leverage from coming off. Royce finally locked it in, got his foot around, extended his hips. All the strength he had left, put the arm out. Kimo could barely tap. That's what he had, so little left in him, he could barely tap the mat.
Kimo went to school on Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. The things he was doing, Ben, only by listening to you talk and by watching both these tournaments as Royce limps right by this desk. We don't even attempt an interview at this point.
Wow.
He went to school on Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and I'll tell you, he has nothing to be ashamed of, but it's only one arm lock away from ending, and we just saw it. Just a moment of sloppiness, a little bit of exhaustion, and suddenly it reverses.
Absolutely. It looked like a reoccurring injury. Royce hurt his neck a few weeks right before the fight, didn't train at all because of the pain in his neck. It was really devastating with him, so he just took it off. So a little endurance was a factor here, but what a great fight that was.
And it's right. Kimo goes out of his own power. Royce with tremendous amount of help, and he is hurting.
Look at
Let's
Royce's
look at
legs.
this replay.
His legs are extended. Kimo can barely tap with that one hand. It is so much. Royce finally gets the leverage on it, and I think it was because of the armband on Kimo's hand that allowed him to get that grip because of the perspiration.
What about the gi? I've never seen the gi over his head. It was actually not a weapon this time.
Not at all. That's fine. That really doesn't come into play that often, Brian.